Hey there. I don't have a video for today because as I say this, Silent Hill F comes out today. So I have not had time to play it. So I don't have a video ready for today. And I'm probably not going to have a video ready for a good while. So I've decided I'm going to do a unscripted video, which I haven't done in a while, on just a couple of random stuff that I've been doing outside of YouTube because I watch stuff and I play video games and I do a bunch of stuff outside of YouTube, like stuff that I do for YouTube. And so I thought it would just be cool to talk about some stuff unscripted that I can't really fit into a video just right here. So let's see how this goes. To start off, I've been getting a lot into some, I guess, future stuff would be um, the best way to describe it. I watched all the RoboCop movies, and the RoboCop movies, it was very interesting to watch all of them. I think the first RoboCop is absolutely amazing. I love the original RoboCop. I love the look of it. I love all the like the cheesiness of it, but also the fact that it looks professional at times. I think that's like the essence of RoboCop, that sometimes it looks jank, but other times it actually looks like really good. And I had seen the first movie before, so I was rewatching that. But I had never seen any of the other movies, so I decided to watch the other two movies and the reboot that they did. And the second RoboCop is okay, you know. It's kind of boring at parts, and the pacing is very slow. But there are parts of it that I do like. RoboCop 3 is really bad, but it has like a so bad it's good kind of quality to it, you know. And then the RoboCop reboot that they did in like 2014, I think. It's a fine movie. It is not a very good RoboCop movie. Like, taking away a lot of what makes RoboCop good. For most of it, he doesn't even act like RoboCop. They give him more of his humanity when he's RoboCop, and I think that kind of takes away from his character a little bit. And also making it PG-13 instead of R just really kind of like it just doesn't work for a movie like RoboCop. Um, but overall, it was fun going back and going through RoboCop. I even played the RoboCop video game, the recent one, Rogue City, I think it's called. And that was fun for a little bit. I played that for like a couple of hours, and I feel like that one really like that game really got the essence from what I played of it of the first RoboCop, where it's like, yeah, sometimes it's gonna be a little janky, and it's gonna look a little weird, but other times it's gonna look like really professional and really high quality. It very much understands the essence of that original movie, and getting the original RoboCop actor back for that game is just it really adds to the whole feeling of that. I also started up another playthrough of Cyberpunk 2077, and wow, did they change a lot of stuff since when I last played. I last played about the time it was around the time Edge Runners came out, and I watched that, and I think that show was amazing, and I can't wait for them to do a season 2 of that. But I played it back then, and that was, I think, before they did Phantom Liberty, which was the DLC. It might have been after. I'm not sure. No, I think it was definitely before Phantom Liberty. But I think with Phantom Liberty, they changed a whole lot of stuff. Specifically, what I noticed is that back when I played it, if I remember correctly, I might be remembering this wrong, but the skill tree was completely different, and now it is way more fun to level up your character. I've been having a whole lot of fun with it. A bunch of the bugs have they got fixed over time. I still see a few of them, but it's not nearly as prevalent as when it was before. I love just exploring Night City and all the characters and stuff, and just exploring that world and stuff. And the gameplay is really fun. I didn't interact with the cyberware that much when I played my original playthrough of Cyberpunk. I've been doing that a whole lot more. The mantis blades thing, though, those are really cool. I don't know why I had never interacted with that before. I think it's just because like I didn't really feel in the original when I originally played it. I don't think I felt the need to get any cyberware past like the stuff that the game gave me, just because like everything was like stupid easy. Even like Atom Smasher, who's like the final boss or whatever, was like a pushover. Like it just didn't seem necessary. I know he's gotten harder. I've seen the videos where like they updated him to be a way harder boss fight. But Cyberpunk, it's a really interesting and unique and fun world just to be in, and doing all the side missions and stuff, and all the stuff that CD Projekt Red has done now that the game is like fully what it was always meant to be. It still obviously is missing some stuff that they promised, but overall they've reshaped Cyberpunk into being a good game. Like even I think even before, like even it had bugs when it launched, right? But it was still like, if you get past the bugs, there's a fun game. And they fixed the bugs, and then they made parts of the game that were already pretty fun even better. And Phantom Liberty, I've been having a whole lot of fun. I've been doing that recently. That's where I am about now, is doing the Phantom Liberty stuff, and it's really cool. Seeing all that stuff and all the different things going on there. So yeah. Rounding out the futuristic talking point of this video, I watched the Tron movies because there's the new one coming out with Jared Leto and stuff, the Tron Ares, and I had never seen the first two Tron movies, and so I was like, oh, I'll try those out. The second Tron movie I thought was pretty good. It's a little forgettable, and deep faked Jeff Bridges is not the best looking. I mean, they couldn't do that technology when Rogue One happened, and this was 2010. I think that this was like 6 years before Rogue One, so they definitely couldn't do deep fake technology. It just looks really rough. But that part, all the visuals of Tron Legacy, I thought were beautiful, and I love the soundtrack. The stories, like I said, the story's a little forgettable, but it works in the moment. The first movie is awful. Like, genuinely, the first Tron, it has horrible pacing. The acting, Jeff Bridges, I think, is an amazing actor, but you wouldn't know that after seeing that movie. I didn't like any of the acting. I thought the pacing was slow. And most importantly, the visuals. And this is not just like oh, it's old, it looks bad thing. No, like the visuals of the original Tron movie, like, physically hurt to look at. It's actively, like, painful. Like, after we were done with the movie, me and the Duke were watching it, and we both were like, we were talking about it, and we were like, our eyes were watering. We're like, are your eyes watering? It's like, yeah, because it's just so painful to look at. It physically hurts. For the new Tron movie, I'm interested now. I think that Tron, at the very least, the original Tron, the one thing that it did do well is that it has a interesting idea, and I think that Legacy really capitalized on that idea, on that creativity that the original Tron had. I don't know how Ares is gonna be. I'm hoping it's good, but you never know. Undertale had its 10th anniversary. They did like a whole live stream, which was over the course of 2 days, where like the developer Toby Fox and like other people, I think from Fangamer, like did a whole live stream thing where they played through the game, and there was like donation incentives for charity. And if they got a donation incentive, then like crazy stuff would happen. Like they had a whole new parts of the game planned. That's very cool. They even released like a few battles and stuff that you could play now, like in a web browser for the 10-year anniversary. That's cool. It's crazy that Undertale is 10 years old. I've recently been getting very much back into that fandom, and that the whole Undertale Deltarune stuff is with the release of chapters 3 and 4. I think Toby Fox is just an amazing developer, and it's really crazy all the stuff. The Undertale fandom can be a whole lot at times, I know, but it is really crazy what Toby Fox has been able to do with this game, and with the fandom that he has created, and these characters and these worlds and stuff, and especially me as someone who sort of grew up with these types of games, with stuff like Undertale and Five Nights at Freddy's and stuff like these internet games. I remember, like, watching fan songs and stuff, and it's very cool to see like how far a lot of these fandoms and franchises have come. I just want to say thank you, Toby Fox, and here's to another 10 years. Knights of Guinevere, that's the new indie pilot from Glitch Productions. It's from the creator of The Owl House, which was a show on Disney that I didn't watch. I don't really have any interest in watching The Owl House. Whenever I see a clip of The Owl House, I'm just sort of like, eh. Like I've heard from a bunch of people like, oh, you should watch The Owl House. It's really good. But I just don't really have any interest in that. But I did have interest in this because Glitch, Glitch has been doing a whole lot of really good stuff like The Amazing Digital Circus and Gaslight District and Murder Drones and all of that stuff. And so I was willing to give this a peek. And Knights of Guinevere, overall, I like the idea behind it. I like the sort of world building that they're doing with this show. I'm not fully sold on the characters yet. I don't think, like, especially the main two. I think a lot of that, and like I like the world. I don't know if I'm fully behind on the lore yet. I feel like I'm gonna need a few more episodes to like get into that. I'm willing to give it a shot. It's definitely gonna get more episodes. I mean, it's already going crazy on YouTube. Out of the 3 Glitch shows now that are running, though, I'd say probably Knights of Guinevere is definitely the one that like I'm the least excited about seeing new episodes of. The one I'm most excited about, I really want to see more Gaslight District. That's the one where I was like, oh wow. I do appreciate the whole. I appreciate the message so far of Knights of Guinevere, where it's like, it's a big fat middle finger to Disney, right? Especially considering the creator is someone who used to work for Disney and probably had a bunch of, from what I'm guessing, negative experiences with the company, as a bunch of people who work with that company do. But also it's sort of like a celebration of like what Disney used to be and the creativity and joy that Disney used to bring to people, and how that magic has sort of been lost over time. And I think that's a very interesting subject matter to tackle for a show like this. It's definitely, like I said, of the 3 shows that are running, it's like the bottom. Like I'm not like gonna be super excited for a new one to come out, but I am interested in seeing what this show has to offer. Speaking of Disney, screw you, Disney. Mandalorian and Grogu got a trailer. And to say that the internet is mixed about it would be an understatement. Mandalorian and Grogu, I heard that idea. They announced that at like a D23. It's a new Star Wars movie. There hasn't been one since Rise of Skywalker. This is the brand new Star Wars movie, and it's going to be based around the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda, and it's gonna be them having wacky adventures. And I heard that, and I said that is a terrible idea for a movie. And now that I have seen the trailer, it is so much worse than I ever could have imagined. It's actually baffling that they're going to release this in theaters. Like, Okay, the visuals is what everyone has been talking about because it just looks horrible. It's that same TV show quality, and I'm gonna be fair here. Mandalorian looks good for a TV show, but they're putting those TV show quality visuals and you're putting it on a big screen and you see like the issue. And that didn't used to be the case, you know. Whenever TV shows got a movie, you could see like the budget increase. You could be like, "Oh wow, yeah, they really had way more budget for this." But not here. Not here. It seems like this movie is just going to be multiple episodes of the TV show strung together, kind of like how Moana 2 was. And it really doesn't look good. If you're excited for this movie, then by all means be excited. I know there are people who love The Mandalorian. I used to like The Mandalorian. I liked the first season of Mandalorian. I thought the second one was okay. Third season, not so much. But I just don't. I can't be excited for this, and I'm actively like dreading the release of this because it just seems like the most mindless, like just bland movie ever. That's another thing. All of the Star Wars movies, even the sequels, I'm gonna include this. Even the sequels, at the very least, looked interesting. All of the Star Wars movies, like even if they had, you know, like the prequels had like CGI monsters and all over the place, and Rise of Skywalker had like strobe lights going all crazy. At the very least, they looked interesting. Like all the Star Wars movies had a very unique, interesting visual style, and I just don't get that from this movie. It just looks like the most bland, boring looking type of Star Wars movie. And it's crazy that they're doing this coming off of this year, which has actually been pretty good for Star Wars. Not financially, obviously, but like when you look at stuff like Skeleton Crew, which I thought was pretty good, and then you have Andor Season 2, which I thought was amazing. And then to follow that up with this, it's just like, why? I am still holding out hope for that Star Wars Starfighter show because it's got Ryan Gosling in it, and you know I like Ryan Gosling. He's a good actor. It's got the cinematographer behind Top Gun Maverick. If this is just Top Gun Maverick in space, then I will be fine with that. That is at the very least more interesting to me than Mandalorian and Baby Yoda going around doing goofy stuff. Because that's most of the movie's gonna be. It's gonna be Baby Yoda sitting there looking cute and doing stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, you liked Baby Yoda, right? It's just not. I'm sorry. Watching that trailer just made me mad, and it's just like it's insulting that they think that they can release that movie in theater. Again, if you are excited for this movie, that's completely fine. It's your opinion. I'm ugh. Then just a few hours ago, as of me recording this, I'm recording this on the 24th. Um, the PlayStation State of Play happened, and there wasn't a whole lot of stuff. This is usually where I would do a let's talk on the whole thing, but there wasn't a whole lot of stuff here. The sequel, not a sequel, but it's the studio that made Returnal is making a new game. I haven't played Returnal. I know people really like that game. I've heard it's very good. I have not played it. I probably should play it at some point. But from what I saw of this game, it looks very good. It looks like a very fun, sort of like roguelike type of thing. Battlefield 6 has a campaign, which, thank goodness, Battlefield 2042 not having a campaign it just didn't make any sense. And having the campaign here, it looks very good. The whole really taking advantage of the whole destructive buildings thing, and the voice acting seemed very good. And just having this here, it's just good to have it back after it being missing from 2042. And that alongside I played the Battlefield 6 beta, and it was actually fun. And I was like, oh my, and now I'm like, oh my god, they could actually have a really good Battlefield on their hands. I really hope they don't mess it up. This is EA. They can always mess it up. I really hope they don't. But enough about all that other stuff, because that's not what anyone is going to be talking about. Everyone is talking about Wolverine, and it looks amazing. It looks like it's Insomniac just going all the way. I was very shocked to see it being M for mature. Like, it's very bloody, very gory, and I wasn't expecting that. I was sort of expecting them to go the whole T for teen route, sort of like the old X-Men movies Wolverine, but then, I guess it makes sense with stuff like the most recent Wolverine stuff is like Logan and Deadpool and Wolverine, where he's it's very violent and very bloody. So I guess it makes sense. I just didn't think of it till now. And it just looks absolutely amazing. The gameplay looks super fun. We're going to be going... they said that they're going to be going to multiple locations. And I don't know if that means we're going to have multiple open worlds, because this is an open world game, or if it's going to be like there's one central hub open world, and then it's like you can go here to do a mission in a different place, or whatever in the story. But I have no idea. The guy who they got to play Wolverine apparently he voiced, or not voiced, he acted as a Spartacus in a Spartacus TV show. I don't have any history with this guy, but he's doing a very good job voicing him. I liked the voice of Wolverine in this. I'm very curious, and they didn't say this, and I was really hoping they would say this. How do you lose this game? Because Wolverine has the healing factor, right? He physically can't die. So there's a few probably different ways that they could tackle this, I think. One of which is that there's a story reason where it's like, oh, like these people like made something that can hurt him and that can kill you. Either that, or it's going to be like, oh, if they do enough damage to you, then they weaken you enough to where they can capture you. Or they just actually, you die if they like actually shred all of you to pieces. Like there's nothing left of you, like gone, reduced to atoms type of game over. Well, it just looks really good. And also, I like seeing all the different costumes he's in. That's one of the highlights of the Spider-Man games that they did, all the different costumes for Spider-Man and all the different stuff they got here. And the game just looks beautiful. It's going to finally give my PS5 something to do when it comes around in fall. It and the Returnal People's game. But I'm very excited for Wolverine. 2026 is looking to be stacked for games, all right? We got, if GTA 6 comes out, and it could still get delayed, I have no idea. But if GTA 6 comes out, that's GTA 6, Wolverine, and Resident Evil Requiem. Just those 3 games would be crazy, but there are so many other games coming out. Like there's that Marvel fighting game that's happening. There's the Returnal game, right? There's that James Bond game is coming out next year. Just a whole bunch of just absolutely crazy looking games. And that's just from the AAA space. We still have no idea with stuff like indie stuff, because the indie scene always surprises with what it has. So I really can't wait for 2026. 2025 so far has been a pretty good year for video games, at least for me. But 2026 looks like it's just going to be something else. And I really can't wait to see what these developers have. So I guess it's time to probably wrap up this video. The next video is probably going to be Silent Hill F. I think I've decided that that's what I'm going to be doing. I might do Sonic Racing Cross Worlds later, if, nothing else is happening. But Silent Hill F is definitely going to be the next thing. I am also working on a special little project, a special little thing that's going to be sort of like a test for this. It's sort of like a test project for this channel. And that's probably going to release probably sometime in mid-October unless something goes wrong. But I really can't wait to show that off. It's not anything big, but it's just something. It's like a new thing for the channel, and I really can't wait for that. I want to thank everyone for over 200 subs. I think right now we're sitting at 209 subscribers. That's crazy, and I want to thank everyone from the bottom of my heart. I never thought I would get 50 subscribers doing this, let alone 200. But thank you for listening to me rant about my stupid opinions on the internet. Okay. That's it. Bye.